They all just kind of bounce off at the moment. Okay, you just appear, huh? Sure thing, buddy. Off the wall. Yeah. Generally.
Like, I blame my heat-addled brain.
Yeah,
but it was
like,
in the way. It was on my
alcoholics tend to
desk, so
forget where they leave things, so.
I have not had a drop of alcohol this week.
Sure you haven't.
I haven't.
Alright, you ready to clock in?
Oh,
If anything goes
that's
wrong today, we blame Cyril, right?
No.
Or Owen.
Right, come here.
No, I can't remember the jokes.
I'll hunt you down.
Sometimes I hear how Scottish Hecate is. I'll hunt you down!
Running away.
I'll hunt you to the ends of the earth.
Did anyone else see what just happened there? Did anyone else? Radagast just fell through the floor. Oh, there's some grass. Okay, yeah, So,
Cyril, stay still before I jam your eyes out.
Ooh.
what? Gollum has been changed to American spelling Mormon. Great. 0 the sick no silver, there we go. They all just kind of bounce off at the moment. Okay, you just appear, huh? Sure thing, buddy. Hello? Oh, okay. Yep. Oh, okay. Right, we're going. We've got a car. Oh, okay. We're smashed into these cubes. I'm sure I need to turn this down a bit more. There we go. Some sort of police car. There was like a giant thing as well, and okay, the music's sick. Oh, excuse me, pardon me, coming through it. The game keeps getting louder. I promise you, I keep turning it down. Ooh, a ramp. Oh, death. Okay, let's go there. Okay, so what the hell is... Oh. Okay, I can't turn in the air. Thank you for the 100 bits, Johnny. Hello. Sorry, I'm just doing an announcement.
W13 Nomete Paint 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 W13 Nomete Paint.
Well, this gives me time to
Nomete Paint
type up this story.
Nom.
Oh, never mind. We ran out of time. I didn't move, Frog! How did you drive into me?
No, I didn't say it was you. It was just like motivation in general.
Okay.
Corrupted.
Was the game giveaway finished? No, not yet.
Only
Quickly. Important Avengers business, yeah. Oh, sorry, Reed, you just got squished. Hi, chat. How's everyone doing? How's my audio, by the way? When I do a painting stream, I have to move my mic, so I just want to check that it still sounds good. Oh, hello. Who have we got in chat? Do I? Well, first of all, do I sound alright? Nice. Thank you, Alistair. Right. Who have we got in chat? We've got Alex, Pericordis, Vive, Secondly Six, Ren, Dragon, Above Earth, Mephistial, Serrano, Tori, and Alistair. It's good to see you back, Tori. Oh, and Faye is here as well. And Vive's been watching for 190 streams. Thanks, Vive. Probably longer. It's just Twitch likes to reset these things. You were sleeping beforehand. Did you wake up? Like, I struggled to sleep last night. I'm a bit low energy today. I literally woke up with a nosebleed. Like, I woke up and went, "Oh, that feels like trickling. Oh, it's blood." So that was super fun. There we go. I have to put my glasses back on. Woke up with a bit of a pain in my left eye. Doesn't look different. It's probably excuse me. It's probably air pressure making your sinuses go shitty. Oh yes, you're all making sense as usual. Tori, you'll enjoy today because I'm painting a Mechanicus thing, although it's the evil ones, the dark Mechanicus. Also, if you check my Instagram or my Blue Sky, you can see some pictures of some servitors I painted as part of that. I think you'll like that, since I know you're into your Mechanicus stuff. Pericordis, thank you for the 15 stream streak. And hello, Jade. Don't worry. How are Tax Evasion, Spider-Man, and I can't remember the third one. I'm trying. The shittiest superpower, yeah, because you get a headache. So it's putting me under pressure. Sounds like karaoke time. Oh my god. I still can't believe how good you were at that one, so. Was it La Bamba? Yeah. Hey, Demetri. Hello, Dr. Insect. Wonderful. Sushi, that's it. Look, I remembered 2 of them. 2 out of 3 is not bad, considering they're not my cats. Hang on, I'm going to put some music on. It might be a bit loud. Oh no, that seems good. It's just some Warhammer music. Yeah, my wedding. Above Earth was at my wedding, and he did La Bamba, and he does La Bamba perfectly. Like, he's really good at it. It's crazy. And he was like the first person to do the karaoke, so like everyone else after that was like, well, I'm probably that good. So it was a good time. But it also meant that, like, if someone does a song like that, which is very high energy and silly and fun. He's turning 16 this year. Blimey. Right, I'm trying to press buttons on my stream deck, and I'm realizing that actually I haven't got a button for the painting scene because I sit in a different place. Isn't to be good. Well, tell that to everyone that did karaoke, and they were all great. Anyway, this is my leader for my servitors / cultists. He's supposed to have like a big dome thing on the top. I didn't like it, so I used some shoulder pads to kind of continue this and make him look a bit like one of the characters from Mechanicus 2. But yeah, so we got to paint him today. Randomly gave you a footy emote ready for the game this evening. Oh, that's cool. So it's from the small animated shorts you've been getting. As long as you enjoy them. The fact is, you don't have to know a lot. I just, I'll spout a load of stuff because it's like one of my special interests, you know? But, you see me play Mechanicus 2, and I kind of tried to make this guy a bit more like one of them. But my plan is, because it's going to be Dark Mechanicus, we're going to go for like a dark red on the cloth and black armor. Because that's what evil people look like, apparently. About life in general is quite noble. I like to know about people. I like hearing about what you guys are up to. And yeah, and I like hanging out with everyone, and that means I get to know everyone. So, want to get the books when I have money? Yes, that is a good idea. There. Oh, actually, there is. Sushi has a caffeine addiction. What? There's an app. There's a Black Library app. Hey, Apples. I'm glad your chat actually loaded finally. There's a Black Library app, and they, I believe, I'm not sure if it's still the case, but they had a bunch of books that were free on it. And there's a lot of basically you can get it all through that as well. I don't know how good the app is or how long it'll be around because Games Workshop don't have the best track record with apps. But I just thought I'd tell you about it because if there's free stuff, then you can get some reading material. A happy birthday. It's not my birthday. Haven't even been any subs today. How could it be my birthday? I left coffee on my desk and Sushi got into it. Now he tries to get to it all the time. Oh god, yeah, okay. So your cat likes coffee, which I don't think goes with sushi as it is. Right, so this guy's been sprayed black, but I want the armor to be a bit shinier. So I'm gonna recoat the armor panels in black. I think a lot of this is all gonna be silver as a base to tie it in with the Iron Warrior. Which reminds me, actually, I'm going to show you some of my Iron Warriors, because while I was away, I painted a bunch, and I'm very happy with them, so I want to share. I got both of my Legionary squads done. So, if you've seen my socials, you would have seen this guy. Who I'm very happy with. He was my first Iron Warrior to kind of approve the color scheme. Hello, Minecraft Oak Tree Log. That's a very specific name, but I respect it. But basically, while I was designing these, I was like, well, as the Iron Warriors, they probably use servitors for things. So I decided to make my heavy weapon wielder a big servitor with a few bits like a skull and things. I've just posted this on my socials today. And then I was like, well, what if we add loads of old armor? So the head on this guy is like 15, 20 years old. And then all the other bits are multiple recent kits. Every one of these is made from like 5+ different kits. And I'm very pleased with it. Thank you, Ren. I have a computer wife. Wait, what? Neural is plankton. That's the A10 Warthog of Warhammer. It is, you're right. And then speaking of Warthog, this man has his tusks. I've left them silver because I didn't want them to stand out too much. Thought it would look cooler that way. I've then got Mr. Spiky Shoulder Pad, who I decided not to do the warning symbol on his shoulder off because it was covered in spikes and I just didn't want to go through that experience. But yeah, I think overall these guys have come out quite well. Oh, I've got my heavy weapon guy. This is the whole first squad now. It's a 5-man squad. Owen helped me figure out what to do. Oh, some of the paint's chipped off there. I'll have to fix that. Actually, I don't know it's chipped. I think I've accidentally painted some silver over it. But this is my heavy melee weapon guy with his gold face. But here is my tiniest. Here is the tiniest member of the Iron Warriors. Now I'm going to use this guy as a cultist because he is in fact correctly armed in that he has a pistol, sort of, and he has a close combat weapon. So therefore, this is a reasonable model to use as a cultist. Which is one of my favourite things about it. And then we've also got the servitor I posted the other day, and he is This is probably the best I've ever painted a servitor, for sure. And I really enjoyed it, which is why I'm looking forward to painting the sergeant later. There is a whole other squad of legionaries, but I'll be posting those over the next little while. I'm actually planning to spend the next... What I want to do is post an Iron Warrior a day for a little while and see when the best days to post are. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so this guy is going to lead all the servitors, right? Because that's what it's like in the Mechanicus army, and I thought, well, if I'm going to use them as cultists, they could at least have a cool-ass leader guy. Because these guys are just going to sit at the back of the field generally and hold an objective. So they're just there to look cool. So I've made them as cool as possible. So our first job is we got to get the black paint out and we've got to do some covering. So I'm going to use a cheapy brush, some black paint with some water. And this is just to really add some shine, I guess. Just make sure there's no like gaps in the spray paint, that kind of thing. You can see when it's going on, it's doing some occasional pooling and surface tension things, which technically means I put a little too much water in it, but if I overbrush it a few times, that generally gets brushed out, and it leaves me with a much shinier armor finish. I am now realizing that this guy has a very small contact point, and so he is going to be a bit of a pain in the bum when it comes to painting. Because look at how much he's wiggling. Sir, this is not what I need. Could a Space Marine become a mechanic? This is a complicated question in a way. So Space Marines generally wouldn't be lobotomized to be turned into servitors. Generally they would just be deleted, because Space Marines are, in the eyes of the Imperium, a tool, effectively. They're a revered tool, but they are a tool. So if anything went wrong with them, they'd kill them. Rather than... because they want the organs back to use for the next Space Marines. You know, is now fleeing. What? Good. Oh, good. Right, so that's filled out the armor a bit. Just made it a bit more solid because it looked a bit patchy before. Our next job is to paint silver on all the metallics. Is it? No, our next job is to paint the red. The reason our next job is to paint the red is because all the silver is in front. Hello, Gaga. But Space Marines frequently have a close tie to the Mechanicus in the form of Tech Marines or the Iron Hands, and then in the form of Chaos, it's generally the Iron Warriors. It's not impossible. Yeah, I guess. There's certainly some weird things that planetary governors will do. There's supposedly a blood angel that a Necromunda high, like a Necromunda noble got a hold of and experimented on, and turned into their own pet, and now they're loose in the Underhive, and it's all part of the lore of Necromunda. So that's a whole thing that I'm sure will be fun for whoever runs into them. D&D player planning to drive your DM insane. If I was running a D&D campaign, I wouldn't let you do it. But if I was talking about writing a story that was a bit off the rails, then I would. In that I would probably deploy it against you. Thing with 120 stream streak, TF. Yeah, if I were your DM, I'd basically use stuff like that against you. But like, so you're saying that this kind of ultra powerful thing could exist? Yes, and now it's going to fight you. Thank you for the suggestion. I'd love to DM a Warhammer campaign of some kind. It'd be so much fun. Okay, so as you can see at the moment, I'm just kind of getting the base colors down. I bought this brush for next to nothing. I'm probably going to need another one, but it handles better than the other brushes I've had. Like the brushes I tried to get as a replacement. Speaking of which, I haven't heard anything from Cryptic Cabin. They said they'd send me out a replacement. I don't know when that might happen. Because I tried using their brushes and they just don't hold a point very well. Which is shown to me by this brush that cost less. Yeah, I'd love to do like a D&D style. Because there's a couple of like books and stuff that let you play TTRPG Warhammer. Just asking if it's possible, yeah. On the fringe, yes. On the fringe of things, everything is possible in Warhammer. I mean, all the worlds of Dune exist in the 40k universe. Theoretically, the Warhammer world existed in the Eye of Terror, trapped by warp storms. You used to, in the first edition of, or was it the second? I can't remember. But of Fantasy Warhammer, you could summon a Chaos Space Marine through a warp gate to fight for you in Fantasy Warhammer. But nothing good. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Right. It's a good job I chose to do the red first. Because all this up here is a pain in the butt to reach. But again, listen to this song. Someone's birthday. Wait, what song? Wait, I missed higher up. Hang on, let me check. Listen to music in the proper channel for you. Oh, okay. I will have a look. Did you say that I needed to listen to? Does Frosty know that Dragon Age has a tabletop? She doesn't, and she's currently in a meeting, so she still doesn't yet. But if you have any links to things, you should put it in the Discord for her to find. I'll tell her it's there, and she'll find it. But the only thing is, I would only want to DM a. Is that like a? Oh, there's a port there on his. This guy's weird. Anyway, I'd only want to DM a Warhammer campaign because I know the lore well enough to do a good job on it. I don't think I could do that with anything else. It was your intro to tabletop games, right? Okay. I have it stuck in your head. Okay. There's more things. Oh god. So it's still going. That's good. Yeah, you should put it in the Discord in like the minis channel or something. I've got to decide what color to do this guy's like gas masky face. I'll probably go with a silver to start, and then we'll go from there. I'm also going to need some opinions, because I'm making some traitor guardsmen, and I've got to decide what colour to make their cloth so that it works with my Iron Warriors. I haven't quite decided yet whether I want to do like a brownish colour or I want to go with black. Reject plating, return to paint. What? Is this in relation to your thing about parts being silver plated? Is it on that couple? It's on the space telescope, right? Okay. So we're just getting this base road done. Obviously I'm overpainting things that I don't want to be red in the end. But because of where it is, you just kind of have to go with it for now. And we'll fix it up later. Hello, Mustafa. How are you doing? Sorry, I only speak English, so I can't really communicate otherwise. Right, so I feel like we got the base color down here. Well, no. I think what I'm going to do is use a dark brown to shade it, just to bring it down even more. And then once it's shaded, we'll follow it up with a dry brush of the original colour, and then maybe one level above, depending on how I feel about it when we see it. We got to get the, got to make sure the face cloth is the best done. That's where most people look. You can see the light of day, yeah. Sometimes that's just the style they choose, you know? And sometimes that styling is what gets them more investors, because, you know, it accesses that part of their brain that goes, ooh, shiny. And then those investors are like, I better spend money on the shiny. I assume that's how billionaires work. I think that is going to look pretty good as an overall colour scheme, so let's continue. And I'm just going to translate the YouTube stuff on the YouTube page so I can see what it is. Translate to English. Oh! Oh, they said hello and what am I doing? I'm painting some of my miniatures, specifically my Dark Mechanicus Servitor squad leader. It's probably very hard to translate as things go. Right. So I think we're gonna take my wash brush. 3 things I miss after Manchester. What's Mr. Good Sense? What's De Leon's? I know what Taco Bell is. I'll be missing Taco Bell too much right now. Why? Hey Lily! Thank you for the reminder. Yes, chat, don't forget to make sure you've taken your meds if you have any to take. Right, so our next job... Sorry, let me put these the correct way around. My desk is a bit of a mess at the moment. Hey Johnny, thank you for the 1 bit. How you doing? Right, so this is going to shade all the cloth and also bring the tone down a little bit, which I know Twitch chat's very good at doing. Oh, Johnny messaged me yesterday, chat, to tell me that his PC is working with the new graphics card. So I'm pleased to say another fix complete. Is it still working okay, Johnny? Sorry, I'm a bit moved a little bit out of the way though. Now you want to replace everything? My current suggestion is it's not worth it yet. You need to wait until memory prices go down a bit, and then you can make your purchases. Because right now AI is making it all really expensive because they haven't sorted that out yet. I know it's old, but it's not worth buying a new one because you'll have to get new RAM. And the RAM costs about 3 times what it should. It's a sub shop, but you can get bigger subs than a footlong. What? That sounds crazy. De Leon's is a more authentic Mexican food place with a focus on burritos. Okay. Oh, Johnny, you'll be glad to know the Havocs are finally in stock. So my original order is now sending, and they have enough that if we complete the goal, I'll be able to order the second squad as well. Finally. Just good sense. Oh, it's not Mr. Good Sense. I see. Right. So I think I would say the black armor is pretty well coated. I have to decide if I want to paint gold on the trim or not. Doesn't seem that bad. What do I know? $100 a stick? How much are you getting? Oh god! Scared the crap out of me. Thank you, Johnny! Another 690 towards the goal. We must be really close now. Since I bought any RAM. RAM used to be the same price as it would have been 15 years ago. And then a few months ago it just suddenly shot up massively. So we're just kind of waiting for a lot of alternative production to kick in, and then the price will drop like a stone. That's why. Oh,
Welcome back.
Simply
damn.
know someone who has spare RAM from before the apocalypse and buy it from them for what they paid for it. Smile.
Oh my god. Thank you for the 89 months, Sam. You're 1 month away from 90. Jeez. How are you doing? How are things going? Still enjoying that job, or have you moved to a different one? I haven't talked to you for a while. I actually ended up leaving like a little bit of plastic in there. Old and crusty. I'm almost 90 years old, apparently. But I spent $80 and got 64 gigs. Yeah. You still at it? Nice. Glad you're still enjoying it. That's good. 2023 for €130. It's now 460. That's what I'm saying. It's all like triple the price right now. This is why I'd recommend waiting, because you could then put that money into a better CPU or a better GPU or whatever. It's just not worth it, especially because... So Johnny currently has a 7700, right? And that's fine, because he's just switched from a 1060, which would be the worry, to a 5060 Ti. So maybe spare 32 gigs for 100 USD. Damn, I could do with that. An extra 32 gigs. But what I actually want is DDR5, so I can upgrade, but it's just too expensive. More farm for 300. Wait, what? Oh, that's a different type, Johnny. Johnny, that's not quite right. Right. Let's do a dry brush highlight on the black armor. Now, this is probably going to get messed up to do with some new dry brushes, I think. These were very cheap. They were just so I had some. The only issue with this guy is he's so spindly, I've got to like hold his body to do the dry brushing. The green stuffing isn't perfect on this, but I'm happy enough with it. I suspect most of that highlight will disappear anyway, so I'm not too bothered about how good it is. Oh, on the bed with you? Nice. 64 gigs. £48 right before the skyrocketing? Oh my god. Hello, Owen. How you doing? Oh, I showed everyone earlier, but would you like to see some of my Iron Warriors, Owen? Would you also like to see my tiniest Iron Warrior? More building, yeah. So first of all, we've got my definitely a legionary servitor, which I think has come out pretty well. I posted that on my Instagram today and my Blue Sky if you want to see it there properly. We've then got the Pigman with his tusks. That head on this model is like, I want to say 15, 20 years old. It's pre-5th edition. Then we've got this guy who has a spiky shoulder pad, so I didn't want to do the warning stripes on his shoulder. I think it's pretty good. And we've got our heavy close combat weapon guy. Now, this guy I had a lot of fun making. You might notice he looks like he's got, you know, a Chaos Marine leg and body, right? But then he's got a Mark II leg. I managed to combine some of the legs to make them look a little different. And then I think that's a Mark III backpack. Suffice to say, pretty much everyone in this squad has 7 different kits or something. Also, the tiniest member of the cultists. He's also WYSIWYG because he's got a pistol and he's got a close combat weapon. He's a cultist, don't you know? But then we also have an actual servitor, one of the older models, which I had a lot of fun painting. I think he worked out quite well. And for kind of a grey skin with skin tone colours mixed in. But yeah, all of my cultists are going to be servitors. Except for the sergeant, who is going to be this guy. So I need to get on with painting him. I haven't shown anyone the second squad yet, because I'm planning to post that next week. But I'm going to post the rest of those over the course of this week. Right, so the initial wash that's darkened down this red has dried. We've dry brushed the black armour with some grey. It doesn't show up a lot, but we don't need it to because the edging is going to be painted a different colour. So our next job is to dry brush this. Also, I'm going to leave the inside of the cloak black, so it looks like all of these tentacles and stuff disappear inside of this, because if I painted them red, they'd stand out too much. And my plan is also, when I paint the silver on these, I'm not going to paint it all the way into there. I'm going to paint it part way in, so it looks like it disappears into shadow. Just so it's not a solid colour. So, our next job is to dry brush the same red as our highlight. And also to find a dry brush and hopefully get the bristles to free up. I'm pretty sure I've worn this down too much. So, like, it's getting a bit solid. Yeah, I'm really pleased with how they're all turning out, though. I started building some of my traitor guard today, Owen. I need to send you some pictures to get your opinion. Because the first squad is the old Krieg Stormtrooper equivalents. And the second squad is like Krieg mixed with traitor guard mixed with the Horus Heresy humans. Solar Auxilia. Not convinced this is going to come out very well. But yeah, the new stuff will look... When my Tracer Guard are done, they're going to look really good, I think. A bit more red paint. Not convinced this is working very well. But also, I am using... Oh no, there we go, that is showing. I should maybe have painted this with in sub-assemblies, but equally I think if I can't get to it with the brush, then therefore that must be in shadow, you know? Okay, so our next job, without cleaning the brush, is to switch to the next shade. The reason I'm not cleaning the brush is it'll mostly be dry, but if it mixes in at all, it will simply darken it slightly in places and result in a better dry brush in the style that I do. Okay. So start with the cloth here. At the bottom. I don't really want to go higher than this, but I might slightly. I'm definitely going to have to matte varnish the cloak as well because it's gone shiny. Never the patience for it, but yeah. Still unpainted. That's fair enough, Sam. I enjoy doing this. It's really mindful, I find. Oh, is his arm coming off? Yes. We're just going to pretend it's not. Leave it for now. I'm going to get a little bit more of this and try and do a lighter brush. No bed for you? Oh, because Sushi's on the bed and Sushi's grumpy. Oh, no. You're just going to have to stay and watch the whole stream, Jade. I'm sorry. The only issue I have with these newer plastic models is I struggle to get them to highlight very well with a dry brush. I think that's done the job. That looks suitably worn and crappy, which is what we want it to look like. Third level could have safe to go. We are world eaters. Are struggling. Oh, right. Really? I've noticed that flamers have seen an uptick in use on account of them not having to hit tools, so the -1 to ballistic skill is like ignored. Oh dear, Alistair. Hopefully it reappears soon. So I don't think I want to go any lighter on the red. I think we want it to remain this nice dark colour. Looks like there's a little bit of tidying I have to do on the black panel at the bottom. So let's do that, and then let's not do that, because we're going to paint the silver next. And my plan here is to paint a lot of it silver so that it matches up with the Iron Warriors. And it'll also make the carapace stick out more. And then we get to choose where all of the brass colours go. Haven't decided what colour his face is going to be yet. I'm thinking silver initially, and then we'll go from there. And we'll probably come back in with some brassy colours, that kind of thing. Oh, really? Oh, God. Yeah, I suspect there's going to be a fixing up soon enough. Sure, did I not buy a new lead belcher? I didn't. Why would I not do that? Anyway. Oh, and Havocs are back in stock. My first lot has shipped, and we're really close to funding the second lot. You found it? Well done. Here, well, I've got the will to paint with such detail. I bought these brushes in a bookshop for less than I pay for brushes normally by quite some margin. And so far, they've performed pretty well. Wait, what was that face do? That bright green? Oh, for the face, I see. Yeah, I mean... So the brushes I normally get are like £20, right? And they are really nice. Like, they'll last me a whole project. And they're nice, strong bristles. They do exactly what I want them to. But so often I try other ones and they're just terrible. So I end up having to spend that 20 quid because it's the only option for a brush that's actually holds together. But I still will try out these other brushes because I'm like, you know, artists use them, they must have some merit. But I'm willing to bet this brush dies after painting about 10 models. Admittedly, it cost about a third of what the other ones tend to cost, so not terrible. This looks like it's a screw. Spooky. Big model for fun. That's a way that you could work on, you know, your detail painting. Because you get used to what the styling is like. How to hand that over a wider area. The telebrush is dead. The tip of it is bent over and it tends to just give up. You'll feel it when you're painting. You're like, this is not going where I want it to because it just won't hold up. So it'll just kind of, the bristles will fold easily, and the end is no longer a straight point, it's like a slightly curved one. That's really annoying. I believe there's ways to fix it, but I don't really know enough about that. Probably should do a little bit of research into it as my next thing. So my current plan is to think about the base afterwards. It's a bit too watery. Yeah, or the bristles will split. Sometimes you can save that by giving it a thorough clean, but sometimes it's just done for. Like, I use this brush for like big base coats, and if you look at it, you can see it start. Well, it's hard to tell on this image, but it started to split on the tip. And you can see bristles are like bending off of it despite me not actually doing anything to cause that. Stuff like that. Brushes tend to explode. Do you mean like the ferrule comes off? And like, so the metal bit comes off and the bristles fall out? I've certainly seen that. Well, you just deal with it? Yeah, that's fair enough. I get these cheap Amazon ones. They don't last very long, but they do the job for a little while. It's like £8 for a whole set, but it doesn't last me super long. Also, you might notice that this silver looks really bright. It will look better once we get to the next stage, okay? You have to trust the process on painting this kind of thing. It's just part of it, I'm afraid. Painting these tubes in the bum, though. Tapped it back, it's very wonky now. Yeah. That's quite common. Especially with the cheaper brushes. There's a lot of brushes like you get what you pay for. But there's also brushes that are claimed to be something, and then when I use them I just find like I'm not a fan, you know? I mean, initially I wasn't a fan of Artis Opus brushes, and they're designed for miniature painting and people sing their praises, but I just couldn't get around my head around them, like using them. And I've had one for a little while and I think I like it now, but I'm not entirely sure. But I know that my Winsor and Newton 7s are just... they do the job perfectly every time. They last as long as I expect them. They're like my old GW brushes that I used to love. So and then it turns out that GW's higher end, like more detailed brushes, are those as well. They're from the same company and everything. And I can get those a bit cheaper, so I tend to buy those when I can. I know a lot of this doesn't mean anything to a lot of people. I'm just kind of picky with my brushes, you know. And then other times I'm not. It's a bit weird. Yeah. But as I say, from Cryptic Cabin's Instagram account, they were like, "Oh, we'll send you out replacements." But I haven't seen hide nor hair, so I don't know what their delivery is like. I might message them and be like, "Hey, you sent me out some replacements. Any word?" Do you like brush too hard, Alistair? Is that what's happening? God, all these tentacly bits are the bits that are going to take the longest time. Especially because once I finally get to shade them, they're going to look so good. But I have to get to that stage. And that's the biggest problem. But like, when you say it explodes, what do you mean? Like, I've assumed it's that, like, the ferrule falls off and the bristles fall out. Which I've only ever had happen with really cheap brushes. Like the Amazon ones. Although I've managed to avoid that a lot of the time on that. I'm gonna have to clean up the cloak a little bit. There's a lot of brass colours I'm gonna have to do on this. Copper. But that is the stage after this. Then we wash the lot and it kind of ties it all together. So I'll up the cloak slightly. There as best we can. Ooh. Yeah, there's definitely some coppery bits that could be done on this. Just make it look a bit nicer. Displayed. Can I mix latency of my round? Apparently I have up or down. Yeah, so it will go to the lowest speed paracorders. So it'll use all of it, but it will use it at the lowest speed. Generally, it should be fine. There is a small chance it might play up. Those motherboard makers release like compatibility info and stuff all the time. But I've never had an incompatibility between a kit and a CPU. Like, it seems a bit more like they're just covering themselves, just in case. Because, like, how are you going to test every RAM you could get, you know? Part of me wishes I'd done this in sub-assemblies, but equally, what's the fun in that? Also, Alistair, brush splaying can often be the case of not cleaning the brush thoroughly enough after using it. If you give it a really good clean through, it might get all of the paint out of the ferrule and then it won't splay anymore. Not always the case, but it's worth a try. Right, oh, I've missed some of his claw down here. Although, I'm kind of thinking about whether to do the claws in brass. Not sure yet. Have the exact same PC, so worst case, with the old RAM to the other. Yeah. Yeah, that does the job. Assuming it's compatible. And then you can run one on the new speed and one on the old speed. Overall, that's probably a better move. Whenever I upgrade my PC, Frosty gets my old one. So she currently has the last stream PC as her PC. I think it's got a 3080 in it. 3080 Ti, something like that. My current PC has a 5080 to keep up with current games and things and still be able to stream. Just got to make sure I don't accidentally paint the cloak. Just take that there. Get under this bit of the cable, there we go. This is the only thing about these initial layers. They don't look that impressive, but then some things will change, and suddenly the whole thing flips on its head, and you're like, oh my god, what? It all makes sense now. You'll see as we get along with this one. But right now, it's just painting lots of shiny silver. go. All of his butt cables are done. Just a little bit there. Right, I'm going to clean the brush just so I can start fresh. So the same when I'm doing art, add some colour and it looks a lot better. Yeah. There's just certain things. In miniature painting, it tends to be the shading. Suddenly, it just looks 1,000 times better. He's got a socket on his gut that I need to reach. So I think that's the next bit I'm going to try and do. Hello, Lightning. Haven't seen you in a little bit. How you doing? Things going alright? There we go. That port is done. So we're going to start out by painting his face silver, and we'll no doubt end up changing that, but at the very least it's going to be metallic, so might as well load it up. Work's been hectic, yeah? What is it you do for work, Larry? Obviously you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, I'm just curious. Auditing. Oh, bye. Hello, Ciro. It's as if Ciro knew that word had been said in chat. Ciro, Havoc's finally came back in stock. I'm finally getting shipped a box of Havoc's, and we've nearly finished funding the other one. We're nearly there. I imagine auditing is very busy a lot of the time. Especially with some companies not looking after their stuff properly. They're the heavy weapon guys of the army I'm building. I need 2 squads of them because they use special rules in the list I've written that makes them better, and it should be a lot of fun. Got 1 squad that's going to fire 40 low strength shots, and 1 that's going to fire 4 high strength shots, and we'll see how it goes. But hopefully that means I can deal with tanks and infantry. So at the moment I'm just trying to coat all of these tendrils in silver. Part of me is thinking maybe I should have painted this silver Just starting one at the beginning. It's always crazy. Oh. That's a fucked up audit to do, Lightning. Yeah, one of the squads is going to be Reaper cannons. Although I suppose heavy bolters aren't bad now. The other one's going to be las cannons. Yeah, Alistair, it's been quite warm here still as well. It sucks. I hope it cools soon. I know in the US it's been particularly bad this last week. Insurance policies. Oof. Okay. The only thing about this is I want to make sure the paint is even as well. So when it's silver, it doesn't come out a bit funky when it gets a wash. Because the wash should provide the unevenness. You're right, maybe they will. Oh, have you seen that they've stopped producing the Baneblade? It's looking like they're making a new Baneblade. Isn't getting better. Yeah, not at the moment. It's been terrible. Right, I need to wash my brush again. It's the only thing about these like textured pipe things. I only have to paint them once, but my god, do I not like doing them. What have we got to do? Arms and the extra tentacles. So I think what I'm going to do... paint this bit of armor silver. I've got to try and decide if I want to paint gold on the trim on the top as well. Definitely think some brass joints are in order. Yeah, it only catches on the top layers. And the fact is, I am going to wash it down again, but I'd rather the wash did the job and left some of the silver showing through, that kind of thing. Which is also why I spray my Iron Warriors silver, it's just so much easier. And I'm kind of thinking now, maybe I should be doing that with my Dark Mechanicus stuff. Just because of the amount of segmented pipes. Hello, Spec. Haven't seen you in a little while. How you doing? think I've done the best I can for getting this painted. Which there. Like ball and decompressing. That's right. I'm collecting some messages for Azaduthan's birthday. So if you want to participate, but have like no way to DM me on Discord. Really? You should. If you're in my Discord, you can just DM me. I don't block people DMing me. It's just that it has that stupid message request thing. In fact, I don't think I even block people who like aren't on the server. So, if you can just send me a message and it should come through. Too hot to think, that's perfectly reasonable. So, yeah. You're not sexiness level. Okay, Spec. Hopefully it cools down for you soon. But yeah, feel free to send me a message. I don't mind. If anyone ever wants to ask me for like help on things, mainly computer things, because that's what I know about, they're always welcome to shoot me a message and be like, my graphics card blew up. Which is definitely not a specific example or anything, for sure. It's not like I did that for anyone recently. So stop me thinking, okay. Fair enough. I'm glad that your self-confidence is that high. I need more people to have that level of self-confidence. Self-belief. Too sexy for their brain. Oh god. Right, I'm just trying to get the underside of this arm. I don't know why, but I prefer to build the whole model, no matter how confusing it may be, and then paint it. But it does end up with me in these situations. Equally though, this arm is actually coming off, so I might just... Oh. There we go. Yeah, that was barely glued on. Oh, because it was glued on down that... Well, anyway. That makes life a bit easier. I can now get into a lot of places that I couldn't before. No, clean my brush. You may have a solution. If you smell baked beans from your computer, you probably have baked beans in your computer, I'm just saying. That was the reference. Oh, I see. As advice goes, you probably have baked beans in your computer. Which is an unusual issue, but not as uncommon as you'd think. By that I mean I've actually heard that be an issue before. Okay, I need to switch to my synthetic brush because it's got shorter bristles. It might make it a bit easier. Especially because we're base coating right now, so synthetic. Oh. This brush cost me less than £3. I feel like if your expensive synthetic brush doesn't stand up to it, you've done something wrong. You know? I think that's a reasonable opinion to have. I'm not really sure what we're talking about here, Alistair. Right. So we're just going to get this on. Builder. Kind of wish I'd sprayed him silver now. This is such a pain. No worries, Spec. Have a good one. I'll see you later. Nice to be involved with people's birthday things. As that I was thought of as part of it. No worries, Lightning. Yeah, I hope work goes well and gets less stressful. Okay, so we're just kind of getting these main colours laid down. There's just a lot to paint silver, you know? And lots of things, like bits to find that need painting silver. The back of this claw. Floor is silver, the arm is silver, the cover is silver. I just got to make sure that this is all silver, which it's not, because we've got to do the other side.
Your presence is appreciated.
Thank you for the follow, Voodoo Games. How's it going? Mix some more paint, and then I've lost track of where it is, so I've got to mix some more. Over there. So, chat, what's everyone up to this evening? Or afternoon, or morning for some of you? You got anything going on? Got any plans for today? Or the rest of today? Hey, Manny. Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna have to let that arm dry. And then I can paint the pistol. Oh, the England game later. I'll have to see where I can watch that. If I can. I'm not sure if I'm going to bother. I normally just wake up to the results. I fully thought we were going to go out against Norway. But, what are your predictions? Do you think England will win this match? You're breaking out the airbrush. We'll read a book. That's fair enough. It reminds me, I'm going to have a surprise for you guys in tomorrow's stream. A surprise that may make me slightly late to stream. Some of you already know. I think I've already talked about it. What that is. We can, but it's not an easy one. Okay, so it should be a good game to watch then. It's an airbrush? It is not an airbrush, I'm afraid. Frosty actually got me an airbrush, and I haven't managed to sort out my desk in order to set it up. So I haven't been able to use it, which is really annoying because I really want to use it and learn how to use it properly. I know I'm painting the whole gun silver. The whole gun will not remain silver. This is just so it's got its base colours. Okay. Okay, right, we'll let that dry. I'll have to glue it back on before I do the wash or not. Oh, I've managed to speckle silver all over his thing on this side. I got it too wet. It's fine, we can fix that. He's going to win today. Could lose money. Says that England is going to win today. That you lose money. Is so going to win today that you lose money if you bet on them and they win. Oh, I see. But you get your money back. That's how the betting works. Like, but you'll get less than your money as your winnings. Hey, Frog. Were you at your choir today? A lot of this is going to change, but still get the initial silver on it. Because either way, this will help the brass colour. Get to it. Well, and then family court, yeah. Hope it was a good time today. Was it? I don't know gambling, that's fair. See you later, Vive. Enjoy whatever you're playing today. Thank you for hanging out. And 7:58. Yeah, so you'd end up with $17.58 in total, because you get your $10 back. So I'm just kind of getting the main bits done. And I need to switch brushes actually. These last few bits. Haven't really thought about how to make this look overall. Right. Let's wash the brush. Switch. It's profit, not total payout. Yeah. Yeah, that's how it works. I've never actually done any betting before, I just know some stuff about it. Yeah. You're better off staying away from it generally. Took the win and ran. That is exactly the best way to do it. Never go back to it. It's good. So the idea of all these antennae is that this guy controls all the servitors in the squad and like sends them commands, and that's why he's covered in antenna. I've also realised that I've managed to flick a lot of silver paint onto places I didn't want it, which is very annoying. Wait, what? The only gamble I recommend is rules no swearing channel points redemption. Yeah. 100% loss, yeah. I have definitely been beaten on it. There's a few games that have really gotten me. I just don't swear very often. Thanks, Zero. Do that in just a second. Okay, it's clean again. Definitely need to get some new silver paint. Chill games in particular. Yeah, I don't know what it is. But the chill games bring out the swearing. The stressful games just make me lock in. Maybe it's because there's so much room for me to like think and talk, so then I just get annoyed with it. I don't know. One antenna done. It's kind of hard to see what I'm painting on this sometimes because of how many angles there are. And like overlapping things. "12 years after swear you'll break a bone." I'm owed a lot of broken bones. That's for sure. Just gonna top up some of the silver. Yeah. Okay. So we've painted all the bits that need painting silver, I think. But unfortunately, due to the way that I've painted it, I'm going to go back and clean up some of the other colours. Mainly some of the silver. The black even. And some of the red as well, annoyingly. Got speckled a little bit. For 12 years from today. What's happening to your ribs? It's just penance. Oh my god. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're going to water this down a lot. What this should end up doing is just kind of making it all look a bit messy rather than a spillage of silver. This side I didn't flicker it, so that's good. Got little bits to do more. It's got its little silver ears to do as well. God damn it. It's got little antenna ears. To say it with intent. Yeah, that's what I would think. So, got these little bits up here. But I gotta paint these little sticky outy ears. Water. Oh. Are we talking about fries now? People who swear don't get bonus fries. Oh, I see. Okay. So we've done all the bits silver that I'm going to do silver, I think. The next job is to figure out which bits need to be brass, which is probably mostly going to be trim and things. Actually, my next job is going to be to go and get the plastic log. I'll be back in 2 seconds, chat. Hello, I am back. Got my plastic glue. Be most supportive and comfortable. Oh boy. So, I gotta glue this guy's arm back on. Because I need it in place for the composition of everything. Missed a bit up near his shoulder. So we've got to let his arm dry. At least a little bit before we do anything more. But then I can have matched stuff up. So I'm actually going to top up that silver before while it's drying. So just get that bit. More. Go. Okay. So. Brass is the color I use to kind of separate areas and just make them look a little different and not just all silver, because all silver is boring. So we're going to start with Balthazar Gold. Neural is having an aneurysm. Okay, so well, this is the basis. I think these little nubbins should be a bronzy brassy colour. We'll leave the tubey bits for silver. I'm going to paint this one as well, like that, just that little bit. Just so that it's a bit different. Oh. Separated a bit better, I guess. I need to look up reference for the gun, because that definitely has some colours that involve brass, but I don't know what they would be. My plan is to paint each of the joints. Bit more. The only downside of this is it's a bit of a pain. Oh god. Okay. I'm stretching. Oh. There we go. Oh. Thanks, Harry. Hey, Savelle. How you doing? Things going all right? Lily, thanks for the 3-stream streak. Yeah, it's reset. That's annoying. It's probably Twitch breaking, to be honest with you. Sorry that's happened. I've seen it happen quite a few times to everyone. It's why it's the reason Sarah and I have talked about doing a stream streak system, because it seems that would actually work. Okay, I'm going to paint a couple of these hand joints as well. Okay. And for this one, I'm going to paint the mount area. The joint as well. Should be doing something, but don't know what. Yeah. I was going to do something other than try to plan my holiday this evening. I hate when I feel like that. And I feel like that quite often. I keep feeling like, oh, I should be doing something, but it's like... And then I'm like, oh, no, I need to do that at a certain time. And then it just, you know, that time passes, and that's even worse. And I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about it. Like, I was supposed to do an Instagram post yesterday. I try and do them between 3 and 3:30. And I was thinking about it at 2 o'clock. And then, of course, suddenly it's 4 o'clock, and I'm like, oh, shit. I've completely forgotten. So I'm just trying to get all the little joints done at the moment. Because I'm going for the joints, I think I'm going to leave the claws silver. Okay. I was tired. Oh no, problem. Sorry, that sucks. Can't find the motivation. That's totally reasonable. Why don't you just sit and chat? Having a great year yet again. Well, hopefully the barbecue can help to cheer you up somewhat. And you've been having lots of friend barbecues. And you get to see the little doggo. That's also a benefit. I'm sure you've had good things happen this year. This music doesn't really support me saying that right now because it sounds creepy and evil. But I'm trying to be positive. The music's not helping me right now. And crawl there if you have to, yeah. Oh shit, that reminds me. Has Frosty sent you a message about coming to the next games night? We've both been really forgetful about sorting it out because you missed the first one. And so, of course, it's been a case of people are at this one, sort out the next one. No! Oh, God, okay. I'll remind Frosty. She can message you about it. Yeah. We're both pretty forgetful at the moment with all the things going on, so just generally. And I keep remembering, like, at the wrong times. Okay. I've kind of decided just to do the copper color almost on the ends of everything. But at the same time, it works because the copper is a warm color and the red cloak is a warm color. So it just kind of all works together. I can't wait to do the wash layer on this. Oh, I'm sorry, Frog. Yeah. Frosty and I are generally quite forgetful. To the point that we weren't sure if we had a games night this weekend. And we had to like go searching through DMs and stuff to figure it out. So it was going to be a case of people would have just turned up and we would have been like, oh, it's games night. Pushing Wayflower. Okay. Like, yeah, we've both been pretty bad on the old memory front. I was feeling pretty overwhelmed today. And I was feeling really tired at the start of stream. But I've really woken up since I've got chat with everyone. I really have. I quite often have issues, like on some days where I just don't feel good. And I don't necessarily feel like I'm going to do a good job streaming. And I come to stream anyway because I know it will at least cheer me up. Cases if that happens. Oh man, yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, you would have been the first one to turn up, right? That's like... Traditionally, Ciro is the first one to get here. And Jamie, with his partner, is the last one to get here. That tends to be how it goes. So whenever I hear the doorbell go for the first person, I'm like, oh, Ciro's here, and it's always right. That really makes or breaks my experience, yeah. But like, if I felt... I have, like, not streamed on a day previously because I felt really bad. But I always know that stream makes me feel better. Just like hanging out, chatting with you guys. Getting to do a bit of, like... I most enjoy playing games when I've got you guys to chat to. Otherwise I end up feeling like, oh, should I be doing this, you know? Or should I be working on something? Or whatever. Streaming ends up being my force to do something nice for yourself time. And I get to share it with people too. It could break your experience too. Yes. It's true. I have certainly had times where I don't know where I was going with that thought, so I'm just going to keep it. But I like to think that I improve your guys' days as well. And I know there's like streamers that are bigger than me, and you know, lots of people will go to them instead when they're on, that kind of thing. But as long as I have my base of people who always watch, and I can afford to do so, I want to continue to stream and make like a nice community. Who is that tall? Forward to being here. Even on days when you're quiet, yeah. I like to think it's a good way to give people, like, even if they're feeling quiet, it gives people a place to just kind of hang and have something go on. I've kind of made a design decision here. Not going to paint the bottom. I think that should do. Just leaves me with this one on the side. I've been watching the Lego Sunday. Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. It looks like... Yeah, it was. It was a really funny time. Even if you're kind of zoning out, that's fair enough. I mean, it's just madness when we play Lego, so I completely understand kind of zoning out. I know I'm a bit behind on some of the things I wanted to do as well, but I just haven't been up to doing them yet. The nice thing about how I'm doing this is that once the wash goes on, any gaps will get covered. Right, I've just got to quickly look up some reference for this pistol. They start out wholesome and family friendly, and then you guys change the words. I'm glad that the stream helps to cheer you guys up. Adapters, mechanics, what the fuck are these things? Servitor battle clave, that's what I'm looking for. Okay. How do we paint you so that you look good? Really? The body of the gun is in brown. But... oh, I've done mine very different. Okay, so I'm going to ignore what their reference is. And change the words to non-fat. I know, right? Right. So I think what I'm going to do here, I'm going to paint the revolving chamber in the brass colour. At least I think it revolves. Okay. Either way, it's getting the brass colour. Then I'm going to paint this bit. Are you guys looking forward to Mechanicus 2 tomorrow? Are you looking forward to maybe finally taking over the planet? Ridiculously cheap ones for €2, but they're also 50 by 70. I don't know. At that age, don't they need like the 4 or 5 pieces? Oh, well done, Sarah. You've actually managed to stop yourself from binging a show. I, on the other hand, have been watching the slime reincarnation one. I think I'm on episode like 16 now. He's just travelled off to the human town. That's the one, frog. But yeah, he's just travelled off to the human town to find the kids. And now he's started that whole thing. After leaving his town, all of his new alliances to keep running, ticking over. Okay, so this is plenty of brassy colour, but we need to change it slightly. It needs to be brighter because it's going to get washed, and that's going to make it darker. So we have to use our nice bright copper colour, and then it will return to brass later. Okay. The parents can be kept busy helping. Like all good gifts from an uncle. Amazing. Noisy and run for the hills. Oh my god. It makes me fear what you guys would give me through Throne if I had a kid. Twitch chat would be my child's aunt and uncles. Aunts and uncles, rather. Which is just bad. Okay, so this all looks a little bit messy, but it'll all clean up as we go. Episode 20. He's only just arrived there. Maybe I am. Like I said, I've not had the best day, so it's possible I just binged way too many episodes without realizing. First mention the kids. Maybe I'm on episode 19 because he's like just got there. Because the kids are mentioned really early on as Thingy's regret. Oh, I've missed one of the arms. This one up here. So I wouldn't do this for all of them, but just this one being slightly off is fine because they're all supposed to have really old crap. Kind of parallel universe have we entered? That's a good question, Sarah. What the hell is going on? Actually, I do binge stuff sometimes, but only when I'm not feeling great. I think it's the heat. I think it's starting to get to everyone, you know? Clean my brush again. Heat is bad, yes. I've got to try and drink more water to try and fix up all the things I'm experiencing. By the way, chat, let me know if I start to go off the screen, okay? I have a real tendency to do that. I want to try and avoid it. Huh. Wish this model wasn't quite so wiggly. It does not help when I'm painting. Okay, right. So I've just got to do the face now. Why'd you go Caramelized? Heroine? Saint? No, I'm... All works made. Oh, I'd like to see that one. It looks interesting. Future of many faces. I think the All Works Made one looks quite funny. That's supposed to be on it. Okay, right. We can make this look nice soon. I've just got to, I don't know what I'm doing with the face. I know some of it I want to be brass. I don't know if I want the whole face mask to be silver. You did type 1 twice, yes. Oh, hang on, I got my reference. What? They painted it black. Oh, and they did the pipes? I'm not doing it. Anyway. They painted it metal and black, so I think I know what I'm going to do. Start out by painting some of this to be brass. Change my mind, I'm going to do the whole thing there, brass. Okay. Move on to the swamp. I keep calling it brass, and technically it's copper. Okay. Should we make this actually look pretty now? I think we're at the point now where I can actually make it look good. I think there's an appropriate amount of different colour. So now, we take our wash brush and we ruin it. By ruin it, I mean improve it massively. If I can find... there it is. I think I was hide you when they have feelings. Oh no. That sounds like an absolute nightmare. Here's my brand new Null Oil. Hopefully I don't spill it everywhere. There's so many pictures online of people spilling their Null Oil everywhere. I just don't need that in my life, you know. only problem with this is it can create bubbles really easily. And those bubbles are really hard to get rid of. There we go. Managed to get rid of those ones. So this will start to cover up any ick. Or just things that don't quite look right. We're gonna have to come back and fix that. Left a bit too much wash. On his face. Okay. So the idea of the way we're doing this wash is it's adding that like years of oily, like, you know when oil kind of cooks down to a grease and it's just like the remnants of it? That's what this is. So this wash is adding that kind of... They've oiled it and oiled it and oiled it, but never really cleaned it up again. And so it's just turned into like this horrible grease layer that cakes up in the joins. Stuff like that. That's what we're going for here. It's got to look crappy and old, basically. And then shook it? Oh no. Yeah, Berserker Bloodshade is a really good shade that looks exactly like blood. Like, it looks like proper caked on blood. It's a really well done paint. It's very unfortunate whenever you spill it though. I'll wash his face again. I've decided not to do any additional colours on the pipes above his head, because I think if I did, it'd just be a bit too much. So our next job is getting onto these. Now, did I forget to do the second? I think I forgot to do the second coat on some of this. So some of these are not the colour I need them to be. I'll get that out of there. The nice thing about this wash is that if I get any extra on the cloth, all it's doing is adding an additional layer of dirt to it. Because all of these oily pipes are underneath it, so what difference does it make? You know, it just looks like it's leaked out. Really nice way to get around it. Did it all come out? Because this stuff's acrylic. Like, it does not come out well. Yeah, get the arm all done. So I just had to get rid of the bubble in the wash there. There we go. Right, so now we just need to do the wash on the stuff on the back. Thing about this wash layer is this is plenty for a lot of people, and also plenty for like a well-kept Mechanicus. Because this is dark Mechanicus, we want it to look like it's not been properly kept for a long time. Like they've done what they can, but there's only so much you can do when you've been exiled and don't have access to all the resources that you might want. So, kind of not coloured everything, but at the same time it kind of works. So I'm going to leave it like that. However, something I've realised... Oh yeah, one, Imperial Advance. One of everyone's favourite Darktide songs. So, one of the things I forgot to do was do the gold. I'm going to do that now while this is drying on the first wash layer. And we're going to see if it looks good. There's a decent chance it looks like crap. So we'll have to see. I don't know that I want to do the whole thing. I think I want to do this edge in gold. And then on the extra bit, I think I'm going to do something different. So I think that will look a lot better alongside the other thin trim. The hell is this? Waiting to Strike. It's a new song. Probably due to the new DLCs coming in. Okay. So, a little bit of water. They absolutely should have given Darktide a story. You're 100% correct. It's part of why Left 4 Dead worked out so well. It's why Vermintide was so popular. Why didn't they give us a story for Darktide? You know why? Frickin' live service is why. I know this doesn't look very clean right now. It will get cleaner as we go. Yeah, I agree. The instance thing is annoying because, like, they could have done like 4 runs. What's really funny is they added new stuff in that ran like stories, but they threw it into the randomizing stuff. I don't know. I just don't know how companies don't see what they're doing to their IP when they make it into a live service when it wasn't one. I'm not sure what you mean, Alistair. Okay, so I'm clearly making a little bit of a mess here, but this will clean up because I'm going to paint it all back in. Put the story out of sequence given random. Yes! Yes, there's 2 parts to the circus one, and you could very easily get the second part before ever playing the first part. They did later add the roguelike elements to Vermintide, but it was to make new randomized maps. They also never did Twitch integration for Darktide, which is what would have had me playing a lot longer. I don't know. There was a lot of mistakes with Darktide. Okay. Okay. I'm not really sure what you're talking about. Still got okay. Hello, bro. You alright? Okay, so looks like the black wash is still drying. So while we're waiting on that, let's let's check this gold. I think it might need some tidying up in places, like an extra layer. Turning out, no worries, bro. That's all. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get this gold trim nice and solid. And then when we go to do the brown wash, we'll brown wash the gold. And then we'll go back with the black. Do the interiors. So I'm kind of caring less about getting this on the black sections because we're going to go back and clean it up. We've got to spread this paint, otherwise it's going to be a mess. There we go. So we're just trying to get this gold to be really solid. kind of wondering if I should do like a gold edge on this. Let's give it a try and see how it looks. Right, I've made a little bit of a mess, but we'll fix that up. Added chrome paint thinner to chrome paint. Right. Right, I think the black wash is done. It looks like it's dry. Very shiny because it's a newer one. So I'm just going to shake up my Agret Earthshade and that will take some of the sheen off as we put the wash over everything. So now this is going to add a kind of dirtied tone to everything. Just to make it look older. This is how I've been doing all my Iron Warriors as well. So this is part of what will tie it together with all my Iron Warriors. I'm done. Let's just add some variation in the grim dirt. Some of this will change. Once it's dry, there'll be some bits I change the colours of. I have a tendency to paint in the black after all of this bit. And I find that it just gives it that contrast as well. Hello, Condrill. What do I use for the arms? This is part of the Servitor Battle Clade. It's the kind of leader tech marine guy. The only thing I've changed is I put some shoulder pads instead of the big buggy dome on his head. So I'm going to have to go in and clean up some of the cloth after, but it should overall. Oh God! Whoa! Spartan, thank you for the 2 subs. I just shoved my finger in this wash. Oh, that was close. Nearly knocked a very expensive pot of wash over. So rude. But thank you for the 2 subs. How are you doing? Other than being very fucking rude. Hi, Twack. How you doing? I'm glad I waited to put the gold paintbrush to, I mean, maybe. The gold is at least more easily fixable. Okay, so we've got all that. My next job is to wash the gold trim. Now, I am effectively washing all the carapace as well. This will make sense. Eventually. We're sitting like a normal person. What? So you're fostering a kitten? Oh. Shouldn't act normal ever, yeah. Are you going to post pictures of the kitten? Does the kitten have a name? I want to see the kitten. Give me the information, twat. Do not keep the kitten from me. Okay. So there's very much some tidying up to be done here. And some detailing. But I need it to dry, unfortunately. But I think he's coming along. Do we like so far? I think he looks suitably gothic. Scroll up, see it already. Oh no. Had a kitten, and now he's already having symptoms of withdrawal. Yeah, it's terrible. I'm becoming unwell. Right, I gotta give this a chance to dry. My plan is for these sections here, where it's got like some texture there. I think I'm gonna do like either like maybe some dark red squares off of it inside of the banding. I'm not sure yet.
You have been selected
Whoa.
to receive a pass card.
Zero, thank you for gifting a sub to Twack. Oh, there's a hype train. Chat, why is there a hype train? I don't know. But if we finish level 3, you get a game giveaway. Okay, we need 100 bits to finish level 1. Might be a little way away. Oh, I remember that frog. Oh my god. Yes. Anyway. I forgot what I was going to say. But I have a minute to let this dry. I think I'm going to paint... Well, I've got a couple of places I'm going to paint black other than the carapace. But it all needs to be dry. Oh, God. Thank you for the 3 subs, Spartan. Oh, what's that? Oh, I see. Sorry, my phone keeps going off, and I was trying to check what was going on. Just getting lots of different messages. Look at us go! We're 44 away from 300. We're halfway through the month. This is great. Thank you so much, everyone. I don't think I've set a 400 sub point goal yet, but we ideally need to get to 400 sub points. So we'll find something. 350 though is me and Frosty continuing our playthroughs we've been doing. I'm sure I'd found an absolutely ridiculous game to make the 400 sub point goal. Do you ever forget if you have installed an editor other than the built-in for Python? Because you have just now. No, because I don't tend to edit Python. Zero might. Probably not, but maybe. Okay, so the gold around the edge of the shoulder post and we'll clean up. It is starting to dry, which means soon I can clean up the carapace. Because at the moment it's slightly brown tinted from where I've done the wash. I've also got to do the front here as well. I think we got the limbs right. They look suitably dirtied. Could probably do with a slight dry brush, but I'm not sure if I want to. Actually, most of the brown is dry. Drying surprisingly fast today. I mean, it's good from the point of view of painting. Oh, thanks, Jack. I'll look a little bit. Yes, it does, Sarah. I've noticed. You're almost always in that. Right. So I think what I'm going to do while it's drying is we're going to clean up the cloak a little bit. It's where I've done some of the washes. It's quite a lot. So we're just kind of evening out where the wash has just made it a bit shiny. There we go. So the next place to do is around his face. Okay. Okay. Oh, really? Oh, God. Really? Thank you for the 2 subs, Zero. Jesus. Oh, we finished a level. What level are we on now? Oh, we're on level 3. Chat, 5 subs, and we'll finish level 3 of the hype train. You'll get a game giveaway. And we can make Zero do it. 4 subs, actually. Maybe even 3. I'm not quite sure how it works. The numbers seem to change these days anyway. Right, okay. I think this is dry enough that I can switch to the black paint. It's fortunate that I just moved away from the model when I dropped that. Sorry, Ciro, it's not a Silver Wolf related thing. You can't! Exclamation mark. Nah, you're way out of this one. Hey, Sassy! How you doing? Things going alright? Okay, so we started by painting this first panel. Usually the setup division. Oh, okay. Yep. Oh. I stabbed myself with my tweezers and it knocked this hip off. I've been alright. My day's been a bit, I don't know. You know when you have a bit of a naff day and you just find yourself unable to do a lot? That's kind of been how I felt today. I wish I'd made this shoulder pad a bit thinner. But equally it's fine. I really need to start using a wet palette. One day. I've got one. It's just the setting it up. I really think you should get yourself set up for making Minecraft mods above Earth. You've already made some really good ones. I bet you could make even better ones if you had a setup that you didn't forget about, I guess. Alright, it's tiring. It's been comfy. That's a very reasonable way to spend your day, I think. Oh, Jesus, I've not heard that one in a while. Thanks for the 1001 bits, Spartan. I'm so glad I didn't have... Oh, God. I, like, threw my hand away from the palette. Just a moment of pure panic. It's going to end up being silver, so we don't need to do it too perfectly. Thank you for the hype train, everyone. Didn't quite finish level 3 by the looks of it. So, better luck next time on that game giveaway. Sorry, I had that a bit close to me. I was just doing some tough line work. Have you had the replacement injector yet? I can't remember what you said about that situation. Still not updated, it's 2 weeks. Jeez, you might have to see if there's a way to cancel that order and get another one. Because that sounds a lot like they're going to have to claim from the insurance on the package. Right, so I'm on to cleaning up the other side of the carapace now. Okay. So we're just getting rid of any loose flecks of silver or gold. We'll go in and do the round ones, which are a bit harder to reach, which is why I've left them. Okay. A bit more paint. And then let's get rid of all these flecks. That's as good as it's going to get. Nearly there. Okay, I'm going to move some of my paints out of the way. Then I can have this in the right place again. Just trying to get right up to the edge. Let's leave it as clean as we can. Oh, hang on. Just a bit there. A bit there. Go. This is the tidying stage where we're just kind of looking for anything that may have been missed. Usually really tiny sections. Might redo the gold around the edge there. Otherwise, I think that is that bit done. There was a in Bedrock, I believe they can be written in C#, Microsoft's language that they made, but that's about it. Basically, Microsoft's Java, yeah. A little corner there I'm going to have to clean up, but that's fine. Okay, there's a little bit of tidying I have to do there, but it's better than it was. He's not done, but he's well on his way. So he's talking back to you? Oh my god. I always find that so funny when people's animals talk back to them. He's done. So I'm going to have to go back in with the black paint again. Accidentally overpainted. The sheep did, yes, I have. Integrating the animal's speech. Yeah, I think I really enjoyed the Sheep Detective. It's really good. I definitely recommend watching it if you haven't. It's with Jack Human. Okay. The look he gave you. He's watching his face. Oh boy. Calendar have started affecting us now. What's outside? I had trouble seeing. Oh god, Johnny. Oh, it's awful. Okay. I got a tiny bit of red paint to fix up. Right. Now we switch back to the black paint. We're going to paint the gun casing and the face. Then we can do the eye lenses. And then we're good. They're hanging. I'm not surprised. They don't know any better. At least you're looking after them. Okay, we've done the lower part of the mask. Black, there we go. I haven't noticed, but there's actually some trim on this gun. But I'm going to leave it silver. And just paint this little section black. Just adds a bit more depth. That looks pretty good. Okay. So let's do the eyes and then we'll think about rings. 2-hour meeting today in which our MSP was me to talking to our IT environment. Oh boy. I bet that was really fun. Okay. So next job, his eyes are going to be green. There's some very tiny round lenses. Yeah, I'm going to switch brush for this. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use a very bright moot green because of how little I'll actually get on the lens. Go. And yes, paint did go on there. I think there were about 16 people on the call from the MSP, and about 6 of them spoke. That's because they have the whole department come on and just listen, so that if the people who are actually taking part miss anything, they can kind of, you know, make sure it gets asked. I used to get put on those kind of calls, and I'd end up having to deal with it because it would be like my boss would just have no fucking clue and wouldn't ask any of the right questions, and I'm like, I'm the one who's going to have to fix this. Answer all these questions. let's see if we can get these. I'm not convinced. I'm gonna have to leave that for now, I think. I need a break from that bit. Oh, I'm just gonna do a tiny bit of tidy up. That'll have to do. Actually, I might put a tiny bit of wash in the bottom. That might fix it. And then I don't have to repaint the eyes. So actually, how much there is to know. Yeah. This is why I keep telling you about, like... I keep being like, and did they give you a pay rise for that? Like, I wasn't just saying it for the memes. That looks good. Okay. Nobody's to own problems or be responsible. That's also true. Or risk the knowledge being brought out. I think it's more a case of if I leave, you're fucked because no one else knows it. Missed one of these little things on the side panel. Let's do that. Then we can do the base. I'm gonna need silver anyway, actually. So that looks nice. Missed ever so slightly. Okay. So my plan, I don't really know. I guess I'm going to paint the girder silver. There's actually some black wash in here that hadn't dried. Guess it must have mostly ended up running down. I need to figure out rust a bit more. So I can do some rusted up metal for bases and things. Why have they got loads of teams? What? I'm gonna get into programming as well. Right. So I'm gonna get this rock painted. And then I can wash the girder and the rock. Sorry, I'm doing a terrible job of being on the camera properly today. Nearly base coated all of this. Just need to make sure it's properly base coated. So I don't have to go back after the wash. Oh, that screen's just turned off. And it's turned back on. Okay, cool. I probably need a new monitor for my painting desk. Right. That's those base coated. That owner was a backup to me. Ah, okay. That makes you an IT manager, Zero. Hope you're being paid as such. Okay, I'm gonna try something on this front one. Not sure it's gonna work out. I'm going to try something different. I've got this pot of rattling grime I've never used. Before I use it though, I'm going to wash the stone and everything black, and then we'll try rattling grime and see what it comes out like. Okay, that looks suitably coloured. Okay, next job is trying this bit of red and seeing if it looks any good while the base dries. So what I was thinking of doing is painting this dark red line. God, of course. Wonderful variation there. So we start with the initial red line. And then from there, we want rectangles to come off of it. And because of the shape, I think that squares it off quite nicely. I don't know how well this shows up. It's very dark on dark, so it's hard to see. Straight up always is being blocked. It's oil products. Interesting. Oh, really? It shows up pretty well. Yeah? It's supposed to be like dags. I'm gonna have to... Not dags, actually. But I'm gonna have to go in, I think, and clean it up a little bit with some black paint. Now we got to go back in with the red again. Sorry, I'm thinking of orc dags, which is what they call the like teeth motif. They call them dags, and so I keep thinking of them. Hey TF, thank you. I'm trying my best. Okay. It's everyone's favorite song. There we go. Sorry, I missed what? Travelers with puppers. Wait, what? I think I've done okay on that. Question is, do I put it on the second layer? I'm not convinced. I think it looks good if I just do it at one time. I could highlight it, but I don't think it needs it. I think it's better that it's kind of hidden. Is this a remix? Oh, this is the original mix of Disposal Unit. Right. It's still, the base is still drying, so it's not quite finished. But let's put him alongside a finished servitor to see how it looks. So he's going to be leading people like this. I think he is suitably themed to lead them. What do we think? I think he's got a suitable amount of colours going on, different bits, and he looks like worse Mechanicus, which is what we want. So he's just got to finish his base. Unfortunately, it's just a case of waiting for wash to dry when you get to this stage. But I think alongside everything else, you know, I haven't done the dry brush highlight that I tend to do on my Iron Warriors, but also I've quite enjoyed not doing it as like to make them clearly a different faction. Are we pleased? Chat, do we like this angry, messy man? I think he looks suitably spooky and weird, and like he's gonna murder you. I just need the base to dry and then I can dry brush it. It actually might be dry. I have a tendency not to shake my washes, and if you shake them they go matte. And if you don't shake them they go shiny. Don't know why. Wait, what was that spot? Packs them back to normalcy? I don't know. It was 10 out of 10 would abandon the weakness of my flesh again. In the case of these guys, that's at the loss of all else as well. But yeah, I think he's suitably... It doesn't look like one colour, which is what happens a lot with Mechanicus stuff. They often end up looking like, oh, he's just red with a bit of silver, and the reason for that is Mechanicus never really got a lot of development early on. So I just dog stags. Oh right, yeah, that's not where that's from in this case. Yeah, Sorry, so the Adeptus Mechanicus, when they first... I mean, they've been around since the start, but there's some copyright thing that was around till like 2008, and GW had to challenge it, and then they could actually do Mechanicus as their own thing. Rainbow Division. I mean, that's what my Badab War Army is, because it's like 6 different things. Sorry, the thing I was saying was the story wasn't developed as much, which meant that all we had really was red. So they would just be red. And so we're kind of developing from the beginning again. But my Badab War Army is kind of the rainbow stuff, because I've got green, yellow, red and yellow, a different shade of green. Wait, hang on. And 2 types of grey. Okay, I'm kind of realizing that actually what I've done is yellow, green, and grey. With a bit of red. Anyway. They look nice and bright and colourful, so it's nice to have another army where it's the opposite. The conversion work isn't perfect, but I think it's worked out quite well. And I kind of feel like I should have scraped some of this design off on this strip here, but equally, it looks fine. To be fully fabulous, true. So, would you dry so I can finish painting you? That'd be really good. I need your wash to dry so I can... Maybe it is dry? Hang on, let me try one of my thingy brushes. It's dry, it's just shiny. God damn it. So rude. Right. So what we need now is we need to dry brush the rocks. A little bit of very light grey. This should take... Oh, what is that? Okay, this should take a lot of the shine off of the rock. Does look a little bit pinky, actually. Weird. Wait, what did I say? Oh, RGB division. What? I've actually seen people put LEDs in Warhammer models to do like lit up eye lenses and gunfire colors and stuff. It's very cool. Okay, I've noticed a couple of tiny errors I need to, or rather would like to fix. I don't necessarily need. So, also, those low power LEDs don't need as much heat sinking. So you probably could RGB and marine. In fact, what I'd probably do is cast it in clear resin and then have an LED in the base. And then you can just, or whatever model, cast it in clear resin, have an LED in the base, and then you can do it. So it would be possible. No transfers for this, I've just realised, because it doesn't really have any open areas, and I've just done like the cog edge in dark red. I think he looks suitably dark Mechanicus over Mechanicus, while being both messy and tidy at the same time. I think it's worked quite well. But I am going to put matte varnish over the rocks because they're looking shiny and I can't seem to... I don't know, it just looks a little bit wrong. So, with a bit of matte varnish, just bring all the colours, all that shine will go away. And obviously I'm not going to paint the metal because I want that to be shiny. Doesn't even need like a big layer of it, it just needs a little bit. And it'll get rid of most of the shine. There we go. That's what I use whenever I finish doing transfer. Use an LED array glass fibers. Oh, I've seen that as well, yeah. Hello, Watcher. I've seen you a little bit. How you doing? Right. So the next step is to put some texture paste on. Or poopy paste. Because it looks like poopy. And I know how much you all love the poopy paste. Hang on, I've got to find my bit of plastic that I use for this. A little plastic spatula somewhere. Did I dump it in here and it's... Yeah, there it is. Sorry, I have a big pile of paintbrushes I keep all my stuff in. So all we do is take the thin end, scoop a little bit out, sit it on the base, and then use the ends just to move it until it's all one layer on the base. And then this will dry as our kind of sandy texture. And I get mine... I've bought one pot of AK Interactive's stuff and it's lasted me for 3 armies now. I actually have a second pot that is intended for a game board, of which I have all the stuff to do. I just haven't got around to it, you know. My plan is to make some 22-inch squares so that the board can be 44 wide and have a little bit of extra on the ends. Okay. It's done half the base. It's pretty good. First up. Oh god, yeah, glass fiber splinter is the worst. But yes, it looks like poop when wet. But when it dries and you do your various dry brushing colors, which for some insane reason I decided 3 different colors for my dirt was a good idea instead of just one. Hello, Ethos. Oh, welcome back. I did have a week off there for a bit, so you may have just missed me because I wasn't streaming. This is, I got back on Saturday. And also, I guess the time zones changed somewhat. Okay. Let's get the one there. I'm just kind of spreading out some of this because it's a bit thick in places. Hey. So, he's got his base texture. We just have to let that dry, and then we can dry brush it to 3 colors, put static grass on, and he's done. Mechanicus Sewage Engineers Division, yeah. Pretty early for your streams. That's fair enough. I don't want you to, I don't want anyone to make themselves overtired for the stream. Although I know Mephistiel and Jade are over in Australia. Or is it? Yeah, Australia. And they're. I was for a second there. I was like, wait, is it New Zealand? But and they're always super tired because they join really late. So yeah, just you guys got to look after yourselves. It's important. Even adding the poopy texture, making him look like he's from the sewage division, makes a difference. It just starts to feel like it's a bit more complete. Yeah, so this is the servitor battle-clad tech marine that manages the servitors. But I'm making them as I'm going to make the battle-clad as my cultists for my Iron Warriors army. So this is like an attempt at Dark Mechanicus, just through color scheme more than anything. And I'll be going with as many hugs as possible. Yes, to death. But he'll be going with servitors that are this color scheme. So I've got the new ones as well, but I've got a couple of old ones mixed in. I think they work together quite well. Yes, Heretic stuff. I've even got a Servo Skull who's WYSIWYG because he has a pistol and a close combat weapon, so therefore he is a completely legit cultist. He'll also be the first one I take off just so that people stay okay with it. Also, further to that, this is my heavy weapon for my legionary squad. You should check out my Instagram or my Blue Sky as well, because I post all of the stuff I've been painting. I'm trying to find a model to show you that's just an Iron Warrior. Here's a generic Iron Warrior. I've been using about 7 different kits for my Iron Warriors, so they all have really different stuff. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how it's all coming together, and they all kind of match really well. And the Iron Warrior's color scheme is simple but effective, so it just looks awesome. Oh, do you want to? I haven't shown this guy for a while. He was the first Iron Warrior I painted. It's the new character, Kravik Vaughn. But I did this guy on stream, and this was where I decided my color scheme. And I think it's worked out quite well. He's got a tiny bit of conversion work, but not loads. Like a servo arm that looks like it could actually reach over his body. But yeah, if you want to see the finished stuff, because I paint 1 or 2 models every week, but if you want to see all the stuff that I'm actually painting, follow me on Instagram or on Blue Sky. It's under the same name, because I post everything I finish there over time. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how the Iron Warriors are coming out. I'm also planning to convert a Lehman Russ, an old Alpha one, into a Predator, because I'm mixing some Guard in as well, specifically Krieg as Traitor Guard. One of the things I have to figure out actually is should I make their clothes black or a sandy color? The reason for the sandy color is it's whether I would Second live watched. Nice. The sandy color would be the equivalent of the warning stripes on the Iron Warriors, but then their armor would be silver. Joshua, I do. But yeah, I gotta kind of decide, do I want to do like a sandy color for the grease, because then it kind of is the equivalent of the warning stripes on them, or do I do black because that's what I've done for the servitor schemes? Because you then need to think about, these guys are supposed to be dark and grungy and really old, and I want my traitor guard to look like actually they've been dead for a long time. For the grease to make it a little different. That's a good point. How do you differentiate a book bag from a leather jacket? I'm lazy when I'm paint and I don't normally. But otherwise, leather. Actually, well, it depends on what you mean by a book bag. Generally, I use different highlight colors, so I paint everything. Basically, I want all my stuff to be painted relatively quickly, so I use Rhinox as my base, but then I either dry brush. Usually for leather, I do Gorthor Brown, and then for lighter or more worn stuff, I do Steel Legion Drab, and it makes them kind of a little bit different, but not super different. So they like, yes, these are the same color, but they're different materials. And also dry brushing versus edge highlighting gives different feels to it. So like oh, I'm gonna look those up. What is it spelled? Hearthkin Jaegers. Is that not how you spell Jaeger? Maybe they spell it with a Y. Hang on, I'm looking up Hearthkin. I only get 5 results for some reason. That's not helpful. Where are the trench coats and the robots? Wait, what's their frickin' leagues? I'm looking for Leagues of Votan. I always forget what they're called. Right, I'm looking up Leagues of Votan. I'm gonna go and find Hearthkin. It's probably definitely wrong. I don't know. So Jaegers are what we're looking for, right? Are they the robots? Oh, they're spelt, yeah, completely weirdly. Okay, I'm gonna have a look at what they've done for these, so it's pretty clear. There's your book bag. So they've gone really, what they've done to differentiate, right, is they've gone for a much lighter brown, so another shade lighter than Steel Legion. But then the coats are Rhinox, so this is their main color, and then they've gone a shade lighter than this. I don't think if I've got that paint. I'm not sure I do, because at that point I normally just go straight to Ushabti Bone, but there's one in between, and that's the color you want for your like pouches and your belts and stuff. So it looks like a lighter kind of khaki color. That's what I'd recommend anyway, based on the preview images they have. Nearly dry. Right, that's not quite dry. But I'm not going to be starting another model because we're so close to the end of the stream. Chat, would you like me to wait for this to dry and then finish the base? Or shall we call it there for today? Because I don't think I've got a lot more to do. I think we've kind of achieved our goal with his ratty clothes and his oiled up machinery. Oh, is Spotting off? Oh. Or... Oh, you're off, Ethos. Sorry. Have a good one. I'll see you next time. I think we're probably about to end soon. What do we think, chat? Should we call it there for today? We've done a full model. I think he's come out quite nicely. I think waiting for the base to dry is a bit pointless. So, yeah. Also, everyone's gone quiet, so that kind of tells me too. I think wants to live around the gun. He wants to live in a sense of constant danger. Or America, one of the two. Anyway, yeah, let's switch over to the ending screen, chat, because I'm not going to add anything more to that. But if you do stick around, I wish to send you to a friend. Which friend? I don't know yet, but we'll find one. Well, the credits are. I definitely clicked on that. Come on, guys. Show, program, channel, website. I was looking for the word website. It did not go well. Is Peb streaming? Hang on. I don't think Pebs was streaming. Because he was streaming yesterday. Hang on. I'm scrolling down. No, Pebs isn't streaming today, I'm afraid. Diva's streaming. Vive is also streaming. Should we send you to Diva? I think she lost her last run that we saw last time. Hopefully, Ethos. It'd be good to see you. I'm going to be playing Mechanicus 2. I'm going to send you guys over to Diva. We like to send people to our friends. And it didn't seem that Pebs was streaming, or at least I couldn't see him on the list. Was I wrong? Maybe he was much higher up and I missed him. No, I don't see him. No. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Did the credits work? I must have been a minute and a half. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully from 5, but I might be a little bit late just because of haircut things. But there will be a surprise in it for you, so I'm sure you'll all be very pleased. For now, though, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow from 5 o'clock UK time. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evenings, and oh, yeah. Anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Thank you for hanging out. Trying to let all the names show up. Is that the last one? Oh, fuck, there's another one. Okay, 10 seconds. Bye, everyone. See you all tomorrow.